Okay, welcome back, Year 3. Can everyone grab a seat? Sitting quietly, not touching anyone else. Excellent. All right, so we have now our third science lesson. Who can tell me, we're going to do a quick recap. Who can tell me what we learned about in our first science lesson? Okay, there's a lot of blank faces. So what can we use to help us? We've got our science journals. So if you can pull those out for me now. Excellent. And we've also got our word wall here. Okay, so if you look here, we can see the first words we wrote down from the first lesson. Who can tell me, does that spike anyone's memory? Who can tell me what we're looking at in our first science lesson? Day and night, that is right, yeah. So we're looking at what causes day and night. And who can elaborate on that? Yeah, Johnny? The spinning of the earth, yeah. What's another word we used for the spinning of the earth? We can use our word wall again. Any of these look familiar? Rotation, correct, yes. Right, so we looked at what causes day and night and the different features of day and night. And that's what we did in our first lesson. What about the second lesson? What do we do in that second lesson? Any ideas? Remember, we've got our word wall again. You've got your science journal. Relative size, that's right. We looked at why the sun and the moon look the same distance from Earth. And who can tell me why that is? The distance, that's right, yeah. The sun is a lot further away, isn't it? And so we know that even though it's bigger, they look the same because it's further away. So we're going to move in now to our third lesson, which is, we're going to have a look at demonstrating the Earth orbiting the sun and the moon orbiting the Earth. Now we looked at that a little bit before, we all know a little bit about orbit. What I want to do at the start of this is I'm going to get everybody to demonstrate this for me. Now we're going to do this by breaking into groups of 3, and each person in that group of 3 will be allocated a role. One person will be the moon, one person will be the earth, and one person will be the sun. Okay, and you've got to work in your group to try and demonstrate for me how they turn around each other, or how they orbit each other. Okay, so I'm going to choose groups of 3 now. I'm going to walk around and I'm going to label the kids A, B, and C. Okay, if you're A, you're going to be the sun. If you're B, you're going to be the moon. If you're C, you're going to be the earth. Great job, everyone. Let's find our seats again. Okay, so I saw some interesting things in our little role play there. Sally, can you tell me what was the main idea behind what you guys were doing? Right, okay, so you had the earth moving around or orbiting the sun. Excellent. And what was your moon doing while that was happening? The moon was walking around the earth. Yeah, so it was orbiting the earth. Excellent. Excellent. So we need to remember to use these words that we've already learned. So orbit instead of going around. Okay? And the moon and the earth. So let's talk about the earth. Okay? Actually, Johnny, let's use your group, because I saw you doing something interesting. When your earth was going around your sun, was it just walking around it normally? No, you had it spinning. And what's the word we use for that? Rotating. Yeah, so the earth, in Johnny's group, which I really liked, the earth, Johnny, stand up. Can your group give us a quick demonstration of what your sun and your earth were doing? Excellent. So you see how the earth is actually rotating as it revolves around the sun. And so that is what we're going to look at now to explain our day and night. Now, before we get into that, I want you to grab your science journals out and just make a few recordings about some of the things we just learned, or that we just remembered, right? So I want you to write down these 3 things. The sun does not move, the earth orbits the sun, and the moon orbits the earth. There are our 3 big takeaway points from that. Okay? And great job, pens down. Now, we're going to do a bit of a demonstration. You'll see that I've just set a big light up in the middle of the room. So I'd like everyone to stand up now and move to the wall closest to them. I want you to be spread out evenly around the room. Okay? Harry, can you grab the lights for me? Perfect. Okay, so nice dark area, big light in the middle. Who can tell me what that light might be in terms of what we're doing? The sun. Excellent. So we've got a big sun in the middle. Now I need a volunteer. Aiden, excellent. Step forward, mate. Step right up to it. Excellent. Now take a step back. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I want you to spin for me, Aiden, in an anti-clockwise direction. No, the other way. That's it. Perfect. Okay, so now you represent the Earth, okay? The Earth rotating on its axis, okay? So keep rotating, and stop now. Okay, so everybody have a look at where Aiden's facing. His left shoulder is pointing towards the sun, okay? So if Aiden was the Earth, what time of day do you think it would be for his left shoulder? Any ideas? Judy, what do you think? Think it'd be daytime, do you? Why do you think it would be daytime? Because his shoulder can see all the light from the sun. Excellent. So what about his right shoulder? What do you think that would be? Nighttime. Yeah, and why nighttime? Okay, excellent. I like where you're going with that. The answer to that is because his right shoulder is facing away from the sun, it can't see any of the light from the sun because light travels in straight lines. It can't wrap around the planet and get to the other side, can it? No, so if his shoulder is facing away from the sun, light travels in straight lines, and therefore the far side of him, or the far side of the Earth, would not be getting any sun, which would make it nighttime. Excellent. Okay, so take a step back, Aiden. Thank you. Everyone give Aiden a round of applause. Beautiful job. Excellent. Now I'll get 4 more volunteers. Okay? So we've got, let's get John and Sally again, and we might use Harry and Kate. Excellent. Okay, so can you 4 come together in a circle? Beautiful. Now, turn so you're facing the outside of the circle and join hands. And now I want you to spin, just like Aiden was before, in an anti-clockwise direction. Excellent. Excellent. Righty-o. Okay. So, here everyone, we have my Earth. Okay? Let's say Kate is one side, and then obviously John will be the other side, and vice versa for the other 2. If I get them to stop now, then who can tell me what time of day they think it will be for John? Okay? So, actually, no. Let's do that a different way. Who can tell me what time they think it is for Harry, who's next to John? Okay, let's use the last example we just did. So Harry would be nighttime, that's right, okay. And so he's facing exactly away from the sun. So that's probably the middle of the night. We'll call that midnight, okay? Now John is on Harry's left. From how they were spinning, who can tell me what time of day they think John's at? Okay? Think about it. He's just come from Harry's position, so he was at nighttime, he was at midnight, and now he's come around a little bit further. Can you see the sun? John, can you see the sun? Turn to your left. There you go. You can see the sun. So we can see a little bit of the sun. Who's got any ideas? What time might it be? Sunrise. Because the sun is just coming up, is it? But I didn't think the sun moved. So yeah, sunrise is a term that we use, but we need to understand that the sun doesn't move, okay? And so it's not actually sunrise, we're just going to call it morning, okay? So it just means the first part of the day, when the sun first comes up. Okay, so we keep going around the circle. We've got Kate now. What time's she at? We've been through this one. Yeah, daytime, and got her in the middle, so we'll call that midday. Alright, and then on the back we've got Sally, I think it was. Sally, what time do you think Sally's at? She's the opposite of John. Sunset, that's right. And so the same rules apply with sunrise and sunset. Because the sun doesn't move, we're going to call that just the afternoon. We've all got a good idea about that. Thank you very much, guys. Everyone give them a round of applause. Okay, head back to the side. Actually, we're going to stop that now. Harry, can you grab that lamp and bring that up to my desk over here? Perfect, thank you. Everyone else needs to grab their seats. And now you can see here, we've used this a couple of times. Oh, you gotta hold it up. Yeah, hold it up. This is our model of the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. Okay? So what you've showed me so far is that the Earth goes around the Sun this way, and the Moon, while the Earth is going around the Sun, also travels orbits the Earth. Okay? Now, you might not be able to see from where you are, but this is actually a picture or a little globe or a spherical object of our Earth. And so we've got a little Australia down the bottom there. Now, keep your eye on that Australia, because if it is sitting like that, who can tell me what time of day they think it is? Midday. And why is that? The sun would be in the top, look like it's in the top of the sky, yeah. It'll have direct sunlight on it, won't it? It's facing the sun, so that makes it daytime. What about if I speed it up a couple of hours and we end up over there? Who can tell me what time they think that is? The afternoon, yeah, and we're going to keep going around. What about now? In Australia, Australia's over here. What time is it? Midnight, excellent. And if I go round so it's facing me, you can all see, what time is that? The morning, excellent. So it's coming into the full day. So we can see how as the Earth rotates, time of day changes, but the sun will always stay still. Okay, now, you've got a couple of worksheets in front of you and they should look like this. You've got one big circle and a little circle. Who can tell me what they think the big circle might be? The Earth, yeah? What's bigger than the Earth? The sun, excellent. So this one is going to be the sun, and you'll be able to see this on your own worksheets. The little one here can tell me what they might think that is. The Earth, excellent. Okay, so the goal of what we're going to do with these sheets is to show when it's day and when it's night time. Okay, so if this is my sun, this is my Earth, if it's daytime, what part of the Earth is going to be in the daytime? Will it be this side or this side? This side, you think. Okay, and so remember that when light shines on it, it's going to be this half is in the sunlight, and so we're going to shade the other side to show that that's nighttime. Okay? So we've got the daylight side and the nighttime side. Okay, so that's how we're going to demonstrate where we are when it's daytime. Okay? Now, everybody should be working on that quietly. After you're finished, you need to cut those out, glue them into your science journals for reference. Okay, great. Everyone's got their books away now, so we're just going to finish up with adding a few more words to our word wall. We've just got here our 4 different types of day that we talked about. So instead of using sunrise, we're going to be using morning. We've got midday, midnight, and instead of sunset, we're using afternoon. So you can refer to these anytime you need them. Great job, guys.